Bonjour, it's Klaus Eichstadt from Ugly Kid Joe, and you're watching Rocknlive.
I was looking for a new solution, stumbled upon a revolution. Hell ain't hard to find. Over my head across the line.
Kind of got the ball rolling about reuniting the band was Dave Fortman and Shannon Larkin. Shannon's the drummer for Godsmack, and Dave's a producer now. And we have been friends forever, me and the singer, so we were just hanging out in California, and we started getting phone calls from those guys because they were working together on a Godsmack record. David as producer, Shannon as the drummer, and then they were like, "Hey, Dave's got a studio. Why don't we just get the old band back together and make a record?" And we said, "Hell yes!" And we made it happen, and then we kept going.
I was looking for complication, stumbled upon a revelation. Hell ain't hard to find. Over my head across the line again.
Reunited in Los Angeles in 2011 for about 2 weeks. We did some recording there, and then we finished the EP in 2011 in Louisiana for a couple weeks. And then this new record, Uglier Than They Used to Be, we did the whole thing in Louisiana with Dave Fortman this time. And so we all flew out to Covington, Louisiana, and got in two separate studios. And that was done in May and June of 2015.
Sold my soul to the other side. I'm a one-man roller coaster ride. I'm an empty soul already died. On my way to the other side again.
The way this album was written was pretty, what's the word I should say, it was pretty diverse. It wasn't like one guy had a bunch of songs and we played them. It was more like we all just got together and everybody just brought in their different ideas. And there's a couple songs that I wrote, there's two or three songs that Dave wrote, there's a bunch of stuff that, like choruses or verses that Whit wrote, then there's a riff that Sonny wrote, and then there's this part that, so it's everybody. It was just it was really just getting in a room and what do you got, and then let's try your idea, let's see if these two ideas match or work together.
I was looking for a new confusion, stumbled upon a revolution. Hell ain't hard to find. Over my head across the line.
What inspired us, or the inspiration for a lot of the songs and the lyrics were, I think, our lives in the last 10, 15 years as adults, so to speak. The ups and downs of life and the things that we've all been through. We've, I think, been able to transfer into the lyrics of some of the songs. And I think that's inspiration. It's just what happens around you and the situations you get in. And I don't.
Do you have a Sharpie?
And so, sorry. And so, so I think lyrically, I think it's a lot of it like, I'm trying to think of a song in particular, but one of the songs actually Whit sings, My Old Man, is a little bit about Whit's father. Who passed away a few years ago, and that's when Whit kind of started writing the song. Trying to think some of the other songs. There's a song definitely that Dave wrote about hell ain't hard to find, how sometimes it's really easy to get in a really dark place, hence hell is not hard to find. And then Bad Seed, or Let the Record Play, for instance, a song I wrote about a relationship that's kind of become, not the word, I'm not going to say old, but it's a relationship that's just, it's kind of like a skipping record. It's the same old bullshit over and over again, hence the like a skipping record. So life stuff.
I was looking for conversation, stumbled upon a revelation. Hell ain't hard to find. Over my
for the last couple of years, and one of the songs we literally learned in 10 minutes was Ace of Spades one day in rehearsal, thinking that, I think one of the reasons was that we had heard that Phil might want to come jam with us. I don't really know how it all went down, but we learned the song, and the next thing you know, we're playing it all the time, as an encore sometimes, and just for fun. And then when we ended up doing the record, our drummer, Zach, funny enough, he who's been in the band now for a few years, we said, okay, let's record Ace of Spades for fun. And so he just basically went in, he said, you know what, you guys don't even need to play your guitars, I'll just play it right now. And he played the whole thing, just drums, like perfectly. One take. So we were all jumped in, one take after another, recorded the song, and then it came time for the lead, and Whit's like, I'm gonna call Phil Campbell and see if he wants to play lead on Ace of Spades. So he called him. Phil said, I'd love to, except if I played lead on Ace of Spades, I want to play lead on some of your songs. So we're like, rad. So we sent him like 3 songs, and he played lead. His son has this recording studio in Wales, and he recorded like leads for 3 songs and sent them back to us, and we put them in the record.
Sold my soul to the other side. I'm a one-man roller coaster ride. I'm an empty soul already died. On my way to the other side.
When we finished our Australian tour at the end of, what was that, 2000, shoot, okay, let me get the math right. It's 2014. We were in Australia. At the end of the tour, Whit and Sonny stayed longer just to hang out, and they met this band, Dallas Frasca. So Whit and Sonny stayed in Australia after the tour, and they ended up, by way of friends and whatnot, meeting Dallas Frasca band in Australia. And they, I think they got on stage and jammed some AC/DC with them or something at some club. And then afterwards, they all really, gelled and got along great and talked about music. And I think somebody had a way to go into a recording studio down the street or something. It all just worked out like that. Like, let's go make a song. And they didn't even know what song they were going to do. They just went in and did a song. And then when we'd been making this record, we just said, hey, can we put that on a record? Because it's kind of Ugly Joe with Dallas Frasca. And they're like, hell yes, please do. So we found a home for it, and it's on the record.
Again, give me water, watch me drown. Lay my body under the ground. Let my bones rest in peace. Let the darkness cover me.
I mean, I wrote most of Bad Seed, and that was just a riff I had that I wrote that I really liked, and I thought, man, we got to make this into a song. And then I wrote the lyrics kind of about the typical self-destruction that we've all actually, had in our lives. It's easy to, not easy, but you tend to sometimes go down a dark path. But the thing about it is there's always kind of a light at the end of the tunnel, Sometimes you learn from those experiences. And that song, Whit had kind of said to me earlier, like, a lot of your songs, they have this, like negative kind of going the dark path, and they don't have a happy ending, which that's hard. At the end of it, when we wrote the chorus, I said, yeah, but you can turn it around, and we've all been able to turn it around at times. If you go into a dark, bad place, you can get out of it. It's never hopeless. And so that's a song that means something to me because it's true. I think no matter how bad life gets, you can always turn it around and turn over a new leaf, so to speak, and that's what that song's about.
Forget my name, it won't matter, it's all the same. It's all the same. It's all the same.
Yeah, merci beaucoup.